What's up guys, Mr.Wednesday here, back at it with another video. Today the topic of the video is going to be the ultimate guide to clan boss. Now this was asked by a couple of subscribers and I truly wanted to deliver the most in-depth guide you ever saw to clan boss. Now if you want to support the channel, please do subscribe. I truly just try and help people and bring smiles to all of your faces. So if you want to do something in return, please do subscribe. I do not ask for it a lot, basically ever. You by no means have to do that, but it would truly help me a lot in return, given that I truly do not get anything from this. I'm just trying to help as much as possibly humanly I can, and I truly just want to help you all conquer the game easier. And without further ado, let's get into it. So we're not going to be talking about easy, normal and hard. You basically get through those as you progress in the game, as you get your first 6 stars, second 6 star, third 6 star. Now once you get like your 4th, 5th, 6 star champion, you're gonna want to start hitting brutal. When you get War Master or Giant Slayer on 5-year champions, you should be able to at least 2 key brutal, maybe even 1 key, and that's the point when we start thinking about some other stuff that's gonna be the main topic and the first topic of this video. What debuffs do I need? What buffs do I need? What champions should I use? So, just to make it all much easier, I actually made this really concise Google sheet that's gonna be in the description of the video, also in the pinned comment, where you can come and check out all the possible champions you need and how you can utilize them. Now, let's go from top to bottom. I'm not gonna be like reading out all the names here because that would be a waste of both your and mine time. This is just a sheet where you can come and check what champions you maybe have on your account and which ones you could use. Now this is in no particular order, basically, except for like how the factions go. I just went through all of them, checked out all the possible champions, and like compiled a list of the best ones I would recommend you guys to use. Now let's see. So first of all, my first point is definitely stats or sets. Actually, funny note, it says set here. Great job. Yeah, except when it comes to lifesteal sets. Now, why do I say sets? Because you have lifesteal and you also have bloodthirst. You'll see down here under sets to use as your main sets. Now, let's see. I basically compiled the champions into a couple of different groups, so to say. So basically we have decrease attack, which is going to be your most important debuff. Then we have raw damage dealers, we have poison damage or HP burn damage dealers. We have champions that are going to buff your team. We have block debuff champions who are going to be equally, if not more important. We have damage amplifiers. Now, what champions does that include? That includes everyone who does decreased defense, weaken, or who places any buffs on you that are going to increase the damage that you do, or ally attack plus the counter attack champions. Now when it comes to heal, revive, cleanse, that's kinda self-explanatory. Basically all the champions who either revive, heal you, or cleanse the debuffs off of you. Now, yes, Arbiter is first, and whoever says Arbiter is bad for clan boss, hey, she's not. She's awesome, actually. Way back in the day, when the Ultra Nightmare first came out, everybody was using Arbiter to like 2-key Ultra Nightmare. She was that amazing. I mean, weaken plus decreased duration of buffs when the clan boss goes from void to any affinity, plus heal, plus increase of the attack, plus turn meter increase, plus AoE revive. I mean, what else do you want? So the only basically comps where she won't be working is the ones that you need to have speed tuned, like your counter attack teams. So as you can see here, all the champions have been listed out. Now obviously some are gonna be better than others. You'll also notice that like Tyrell here, he's in decrease attack, in raw damage, also in damage amplifier. So basically some of the champions are gonna be filling more roles than others, so do keep that in mind. So basically, for an instance, if you have let's say Fane, who's an epic and everybody has her because she's free basically. So if you have Fane, she's gonna be doing decrease attack, she's gonna be doing raw damage. Let me find her really quickly. She's going to be doing poisons, and she's also going to be doing decreased defense and weaken. So I mean, what else do you want from a champion, right? Also, debuff extenders like Vizier are on damage amplifiers because they amplify the damage through extending of the debuffs, which is going to make them last longer. So basically, if you can like pair Vizier and a Feign, you won the game. You just need to keep them alive long enough to 2 key, 4 key, 3 key, 1 key, whatever you want to do. Now, let's see what else do you need. As I said, let's go first. Sorry about that, guys. So let's go first over the order of importance when it comes to skills and what buffs and debuffs you should be mainly looking for. As you progress from 2 Brutal and onwards to Ultra Nightmare, decrease attack is going to be the most important debuff you can actually place on the clan boss, because that's gonna make him deal a lot less damage to you, which is exactly what you want, because you do not want to be dying quickly or having to worry about reviving, healing enough to actually survive, etc. So decrease attack is going to be really nice. So what I advise is going through this list over here where it says decrease attack and actually trying to find a champion you have that does decrease attack on A1, which means basic default skill that they will use all the time. And then also alongside that, you could pair them with somebody like Martyr maybe, who has decrease attack on another skill, or like Tomb Lord, perhaps Dark Kale if you have him, maybe a Feign. That way you just make sure that basically decrease attack is always going to be on the boss. Now, apart from decrease attack, what actually do you want? Now, that's gonna be mostly poisons for the damage. If you're like starting out, basically, so to say, yeah, poisons are going to be your best possible damage, because there's no way you can get to like crazy high crit damage plus like crazy high defense, attack, HP, basically everything alongside accuracy to actually deal raw damage. So raw damage is gonna be when you kind of get a little bit more into the game, you get better accessories, better artifacts. So for like a newbie, poisons are gonna be your best friend, and they're going to be dealing a lot of damage to the clan boss, so there's no point in not using them. Now otherwise, decreased defense and weaken really become very viable after brutal difficulty. And then also, and I'm very sure that not a lot of people actually know this, now this has been data mined. So basically anything that's PV, dungeons, Doom Tower, what's the name, Hydra, Demon Lord, basically anything that's not PvP. So every opponent you ever face in the game only has 15% crit rate, which means if you actually place decreased crit rate on them, they have 0 crit rate, which means that there's no off chance that they actually critical hit you and deal more damage. So decreased crit rate is actually very viable for clan boss if you can fit it in. Now when it comes to buffs, it's going to be primarily block debuffs and then increased defense so that you actually survive longer. Block debuffs is going to be amazing to actually block the affinity debuffs after the clan boss actually goes from 100% HP to below 50% when he turns to another affinity. He's going to be placing either decrease attack, decrease accuracy, or decrease speed. And then also he's still going to be doing the stun, so actually managing to block both is going to be amazing and is going to make you just survive longer or deal more damage depending on what debuffs we're talking about. Now after that, you can fit in any other buff that you possibly can, as long as it does not break your speed tune. Now over here I actually made a quick chart of what difficulty requires what speed, accuracy, or defense. So basically from bottom upwards we go from easy to ultra nightmare. So clan boss speed goes from 90 to 120, blah blah blah, to 190. And then this is the required accuracy you need on your champions to actually be able to land debuffs. Now we actually see this big jump from hard to brutal. That's okay, you'll get there, don't worry. I know some of these numbers seem crazy to you perhaps if you're like just starting out, but honestly that's how it was for everybody. Like when I first saw the 4k defense you need, or like 220 accuracy you need, and then like bunch other things alongside that, I got really scared, because I mean like 20 accuracy is a lot, and I mean a lot. Now the benefit of starting out today is there's actually a lot more viable accuracy aura champions, so you can actually perhaps like get 150 accuracy and then use an accuracy aura champion which has like 50, 70, whatever accuracy additionally, and that actually gets you to 220. So be mindful of actually utilizing the aura champion. The only aura that's gonna be active, so to say, is the leader aura. So make sure to place that champion in your leader spot. Now, when it comes to defense, again, we just see a bit of a jump from easy to normal. Now, that's kind of normal, and then we see again a jump from nightmare to ultra nightmare. Now, yes, it is a big jump, but honestly, you'll get there. This also does not mean that if you do not have 4000 defense, you should not be even trying to hit ultra nightmare. You by all means can. You just will not most likely be wonking or something like that. Just like do not set yourself up for a failure. If you like overthink what's gonna happen, you'll be fine. I mean, it's just one key. Even if you like lose it, it's okay. You'll get there eventually as you get better gear, better champions as you progress in the game. So otherwise, we have counterattack and ally attack under question mark, because I know not everybody is gonna have them, but if you can fit them in, that's gonna actually amplify your damage even more, because now you're additionally getting your hits in, which can be more War Master, more Giant Slayer procs, etc., which is definitely going to just deal more damage over time. Now, when it comes to sets to use, basically lifesteal if no leech debuff, which means if you have a leech champion, there's a lot in the game that are actually viable for clan boss. So but if you do not have a leech debuff on, you will need lifesteal or another way to survive longer and heal yourself, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, speed sets, divine speed sets, accuracy, perception are going to be amazing to actually give you more speed, more accuracy, etc. Stalwart is going to be amazing to actually allow you to take less damage. Same goes for basically Relentless, but the other way around, because now you can get multiple turns and deal more damage while you are alive. Immortal is going to be giving you HP plus healing over time. Swift Parry is kind of just nice set, nothing crazy when it comes to set, just the bonuses are really nice for clan boss. Then we have Resilience, which is just going to make you survive longer. Then we have Fatal, which is again nice, and then Bloodthirst and Guardian as the last ones. This is again no particular order, just me going through all the possible sets. Now otherwise, if you can fit in like a defense set, HP set, whatever other sets, even if you just have like a broken set plus lifesteal, that's fine. You do not need to have the correct sets all the time. What I mean by that is you do not need to have like a matching set all the time. You can definitely have lifesteal and then 2 broken set pieces. You'll be fine as long as you reach all the stats you actually need. Now, as I said, I'm not going to be reading through all of these champions. That's gonna be a waste of your time and mine. You can come in here and check out all the possible different basic categories and then see what can work for you. Now, what I do want to point out is that this is not only going to be me talking about the sheet. I actually want to show you a couple of builds that we're going to be making here together. Now let me just find a good champion that's kind of viable for like arena. For clan boss. I'm always thinking about arena. So Sepulchre Sentinel, I actually used her for a video I made about clan boss some time ago, and I actually used her for clan boss as well a long time ago. Now let's check her out. The Masteries are going to be the same ones. I would always advise you to use the War Master route basically here. And if it's a multi-hitter A1 champion, let's say like the Vizier I mentioned, or anybody else who has like 3 or more hits, actually even better, let me really quickly find our friendly Lizard, who's a fusion. So Resin hits 3 times. If you have Razin and if you're planning on using him, you do not give him War Master, you actually give him Giant Slayer, which makes sense because there's a higher chance that he deals more damage with Giant Slayer, which can actually proc off of hit by hit and not just on one attack like War Master. Now, for all of your debuffers, before you actually are able to reach the accuracy you need for a specific difficulty, you'll be going for the support tree to get more accuracy, to get the master hexer, the possible sniper if you need it. And then when you maybe like reach the point in the game where you actually have enough accuracy and you no longer need the support tree, then you can go for a build like this. Let me just find my sandlashed, full obviously. So let me find my sandlashed really quickly and then show you the masteries I actually use on her. So those are going to be the masteries for anybody who does not need accuracy, plus for anybody who does need accuracy, but once you actually get enough accuracy from the sets themselves. Then you basically do this and then finish in retribution and in deterrence to actually be able to deal even more counter-attack damage than you otherwise would. Now that we kinda went over the masteries, I'm still gonna go back to the Sepulchre Sentinel and explain a couple of builds and then explain to you how and on what champions you should use them. Now let me just go over the masteries in a little bit more detail so that you understand why you actually should use some of these. So basically, increased crit rate is going to be more viable for like 99% of the raid player base, especially when it comes to clan boss, than increased attack. And then obviously crit damage is going to be nice. Now most of the time you're going to be having full HP because you're going to be healing up either through leech, through any sort of healing from your other champions, or from lifesteal. Then you also want to have the life drinker to actually heal by more when you have 50% HP or less. When it comes to single out, it's going to be dealing more damage to the targets with less than 40% HP. This is going to be dealing more damage to the higher targets with higher max HP. Now clan boss is always going to be having higher max HP than your champions. Then over here we actually deal more damage through default skill, and it stacks, so basically made for clan boss, as you're gonna be dealing up to 10% more damage. And then finally War Master. Now when it comes to the support tree, again, if you need accuracy for your champions, so that means they are going to be placing debuffs, you will definitely be starting out in accuracy and then go down this way. This is also very important not to take Cycle of Magic if you're going for a tuned team, basically for like block debuffs or for counter attack, etc. You do not want to have a random decrease of a cooldown because that's gonna mess you up, so please keep that in mind. Let's now get into the builds. So I prepared a couple of basically images for you here so that I can explain to the best of possible abilities of mine what I mean when I say some things. Now first of all, we'll be dividing the builds into when the champion is going to be placing debuffs. Now this is going to include anything from decrease attack, speed, HP percent, whatever. I'm sorry, HP burn, my bad. So let's get into it. So first of all, how would I advise you to actually start building your champions? I would always advise starting from the gloves, going to the chest piece, to the boots, and then onto the ring, the amulet, and the banner. And then you can just fill in the blanks, basically. It's just like a game, right? Fill in the blanks. So after you actually get those 6 pieces, then you can go into the weapon, helmet, and shield and check out, okay, what am I missing? Is my champion too squishy? Is it too slow? Do I need more accuracy? Perhaps you don't. Okay, so I just need more speed, more HP, more defense, whatever. So you can just basically be 100% sure what you're gonna be able to find. Now the reason I say start from the bottom up is because most of the time you'll have great weapons, shields, and helmets because there's only one possible main stat, being flat attack, flat HP, or flat defense when it comes to those 3 pieces. So you really do not have to worry about, oh, I have to look for the main stat as well. So you already have your main stat, which is going to be your HP, defense percent, speed, whatever you're going for in the three bottom pieces basically, and then you just fill in the blanks in the 3 upward pieces. Now the stats, as you can see here, which I highly advise going for, are obviously going to be defense percent or HP percent when it comes to gloves and the chest piece, depending on what your champion is based upon and what you're missing. You do want a healthy amount of HP as well alongside good defense. Let's say you're building somebody for Nightmare. You're gonna be looking for like 3k HP, 200-ish accuracy, right? So you do want to be able to at least have like 32, 35k HP alongside that. So if you perhaps get to like 3.5k defense, and you were only now equipping your let's say chest piece, okay, so now you can go for perhaps HP percent instead of defense percent. Now when it comes to the champions who are not placing debuffs, it can be your counter-attack champions, perhaps it's your ally protection champions, maybe increased defense champions, maybe you got lucky and you got like your Valkyrie, so you do not actually need any accuracy on her, or champions similar to that, maybe it's your raw damage dealer, whatever it is. Now you're looking for everything basically in the same manner, except you do not need any accuracy. Now let me just grab the second image and we'll get into what would you like to do when you actually progress a bit more into the game. Now let's say you progressed a bit more into the game, you maybe upgraded your grade haul, you got better gear, higher rarity, higher ranks, you have better substats now, and now you're actually looking to improve a bit of damage, because actually even if you're still using lifesteal or leech, you're going to be healing yourself for the percentage of the damage done. Now that damage includes War Master or Giant Slayer, so that's just a nice benefit into when it comes to the healing part of the clan boss. Now, how are you going to improve the damage you do? Well, you're going to improve it by looking at your champion and saying, okay, I have 4.5k defense, or I have 4.3k defense, and I have, let's say, 40% crit rate. Okay, now I can actually go perhaps grab like a 6-star pair of crit rate gloves, slap that onto your champion, and now you have 100% crit rate. Now you're dealing more damage. Now every hit you do is a crit hit, which means you'll be hitting for more damage, which means you'll be healing for more. Now this is, as I said, when you get a little bit more into the game, you're already grinding like stages 20, you have been playing for maybe 2-3 months, you got just a little bit better gear. Maybe you have gotten now your like 6-star rings, amulets, so you get more HP and defense from there. Perhaps you have gotten a nice defense percent chest piece that's 6-star, that gives you just more defense than you had so far. Maybe you have gotten a defense percent substat roll somewhere else, and now all of a sudden you have enough defense to be able to actually go for crit rate on your gloves. Now that's a really big step up in the game, because now in the same amount of time you're dealing more damage to the clan boss, which means your damage is improving, your overall perhaps key usage is improving. Now you're maybe going for like 3 key nightmare to 2 key nightmare, maybe you're already at like 1 key nightmare at this point, so on and so forth. Yeah, so basically this is for when you're a little bit more progressed in the game. Now when it comes to the substats, etc., you're basically looking for same things, except now if you maybe have like too much accuracy, let's say you have 260, 270, maybe you have just upgraded your great haul even more. Now maybe perhaps you're looking to like kill the accuracy on your weapon, on your let's say boots, or maybe your shield. Maybe you're looking to add a little bit more crit damage, maybe you're looking to even the crit rate up to the 100%, etc. So now the substats change a little bit. Speed, accuracy still stay there, HP stays there, defense percent stays there, but now we're looking for like crit rate, crit damage in your substats, just to improve your builds a tiny bit more. Everything else stays the same. Speed on the boots, you're not changing that yet. Perhaps you're just not there when it comes to speeds. Otherwise, trust me, you can definitely be there. I'll at the end show you the build like in game of how this would look. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's do it right now. And here we are. So this is what I meant. So I'm basically looking for like crit rate over here with speed, HP, accuracy, defense percent. Then I went for defense percent here, speed and accuracy, lovely. Went for speed here with 2 crit rate rolls. Now otherwise not really awesome substats, but hey, perhaps you're just there. Currently maybe you just do not have like perfect gear yet. That's fine. You'll be able to progress, trust me. You'll get better gear as you get along. Then over here again, resistance we really do not need, just went for accuracy. HP percent just to get a little bit more HP. Crit damage, speed, flat HP, nothing truly insane. Went for defense over here on the ring, defense on the amulet, and then finally accuracy with really bad substat rolls over here. And we're looking at 40k HP, 3.5k defense, 187 speed, 100% crit rate, 139 crit damage, 321 accuracy. So a little bit overboard on the accuracy. You do not need that, as we already talked about. Now, let me go really quickly and explain the next build you're going for. With this build, we're ready. Basically, we're ready. We are ready for even trying out Ultra Nightmare. Maybe we do not 2-key, maybe we do not 3-key, maybe we 4-key. So as I said, you just need to be patient and try out different builds. Now, as you can see, I went for lifesteal here and accuracy sets. Now, let's say we're talking about champion who you're trying to build in the same way, but without accuracy. Perhaps you go for like speed if you need more speed, maybe a speed set or a couple of broken pieces. You do not go for accuracy here. Maybe you go for more defense on the banner. Maybe you go for HP. Whatever you're missing, basically. Now let's discuss the last possible build. This is going to be the most truly endgame build you can go for. This is at the point where your Great Hall is really progressed. Maybe you just weren't lucky enough to get an unkillable team going, because maybe you were unlucky with the champions, etc. So you're looking to like 2-kill Ultra Nightmare with your just typical team, basically, not an unkillable one. So now we're looking for crit damage as your main stat on the gloves, and then we're trying to fit in crit rate, speed, accuracy, basically everything else you need through the substats. Now at this point, perhaps your accuracy is maxed out in the Great Hall, so now you can actually step away from accuracy on the banner. Now at this point, again, we're also stepping away from one other thing, and that's gonna be speed on the boots. You're actually gonna go for defense percent or HP percent, and then you're gonna be looking for speed basically in the substats. Now, no, this is not easy to go for, as I said, but this is for when you're like playing the game for a bit longer already. You're trying to like 2-kill Ultra Nightmare, 1-kill Ultra Nightmare, etc. But I still wanted to include it in the video if perhaps somebody is not sure how to go about it. Maybe this helps you with something else as well. Now let me just go in game and show you how would I go about making this build happen. Okay, so I actually want to start from this point in the build. So we're looking for crit damage in the gloves, and we actually got it here. I'll show you really quickly. But then I actually wanted to make another point, which is looking for crit damage when it comes to the necklace, basically. Because at this point, we definitely have too much defense. So I'm gonna try and hit crit damage here, so we increase the crit damage even more. Now let me just waste my silver to actually show you the build. We have, as I said, crit damage over here, speed, accuracy, crit rate. Then we have defense percent, so it's even 5-star, with attack, which is unneeded, crit rate, speed, accuracy. Then again, defense percent with speed, crit damage, crit rate. We're looking for crit rate with speed, HP, crit damage over here. Again, attack, just something that we really do not need here, but hey, it's fine, with crit rate, accuracy, speed. And then again, attack, crit rate, speed, crit damage over here. Defense stayed on the ring, as you can see. We went for crit damage here, and then more defense over here with some HP and speed and defense as the substats. And we're looking at 35k HP, 4.5k defense, 181 speed, 230 accuracy, 100 crit rate, 233 crit damage. Very viable build for Ultra Nightmare. So yeah, if you can get something like this, you'll be golden, and you will be easily going through Ultra Nightmare. Now yes, as I said, this is an endgame type of build. This is not something you're gonna achieve easily, but you'll get there as you get better gear. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please leave your feedback and comments down below. Perhaps I have missed something, or maybe I've skipped over something that you would like to know more about. So just let me know what that is, and I'll be sure to cover it in the next one. Much love, and until the next video, Mr. Wednesday signing out.